Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another Gaiscioch Community Summit. This is spring 2024. I'm your host, Paglada, founder and activities director for the Gaiscioch social gaming community. Been around for 22 years now, almost 23, cruising in that 23rd, and it's been a lot of fun so far. It's the blink of the eye, and man, it's been so long and so many people, and had a whole lot of fun getting here. So first up, we are going to check out a new little feature. I wanted to take you through this, so let's go ahead and give you a little rundown here. So we have finally launched the trading post. It is currently in like a beta state, I would say. I'm still polishing it, finding ways to improve it. I think I try to go without email communications so that it doesn't notify you via email. But after using it, those emails were actually quite useful. So I think I might enable the emails once again. But right now, what the trading post is, it is a new system, kind of like our marketplace, except it not only can put in requests for an item, but I can also post items that I have that you might want. So it's both a buy and sell style market, where you can list items that you want, or you can list items that you have. Either way, when someone claims it or fills it, or either way it goes, you can earn contribution points or vault credits. So if I list an item on there that you want, you can come in there and buy the item that I have for vault credits, and then I would get contribution credit. If I put a request for like 100 wood, and you fill that order for 100 wood, I spend my vault credits, and you earn contribution points. So it works both push and pull. It's a whole new way, and I've built it in a way that it will be versatile across all games. So it just requires a little setup by the adventure manager. And once it's set up, then pretty much it works on a scale of 1 to 10 for various different tiers. And then it will automatically price things accordingly. So I'm going to take you through a little bit of this thing first up. So we're going to jump on over here and we'll go to Guild Wars 2. I got my little demo account. Over on the left hand side, you will see Trading Post. If I click that, it's going to jump me over here. Now in here, I can search for items based on a few categories. Now each of these games can be set up to have their own categories of how you want to organize the information. Now it doesn't have to follow the game specifically, but for Guild Wars 2, I pretty much ported over our marketplace to get it as a baseline. You can also search by your item quality here. Now, for example, if I just wanted to see them all, I could just click search, and it'll show me all the little things. Each of them will have tooltips available to you. You can view an item. And then here, you'll be able to see the stats of the item, what the item costs, how many vault credits it takes. You can see how many vault credits you have over here on the right-hand side, along with how many contribution points you have, how many discovery points you have. Now, if you don't have a character, you have to add a character to the system. You can click on this, and it should take you over to the create a character. So I can create my test character here, and I'm level 100, even though there's no, it better be 80. It'll put it out of whack if I take it out of range. So I can just do that as my base. So once I have a character, I could then go back to the trading post. I'll just show you real quick what it's like. So now I have a character I can deliver to. So I select what character I want it delivered to. I want one of those. I can click request. And now I will have this little screen here where I can say, you know what? I like whoever gives me this so much, I'm going to give them an extra 100 vault credits for that. So they're going to get extra contribution when they fill that order. You can also leave a note for the provider if you want. And then you stick that in there. Now what's going to happen is over here on the right hand menu, you're going to see available items. You're going to see requests. Requests is where my request will show up. So this is where it is. So here I'm able to cancel it if I want to. Over in your request list. Your warehouse is where you can list items that you have. So if I'm over here and say I have some softwood logs. And I have, say, let's go 50. So I can list the availability. Now it's going to ask me for an item tooltip. You can enter this For something like crafting materials, it's not necessary. But if you have like a legendary item and you want to put the tooltip in there, you can add that in there. And there is an easier way to do it. I have a guide in Discord on how to do it, but there is a power tools for Windows, which allows you to hold the Windows key, Shift, and press T, and screenshot your own screen. And it turns whatever you highlight into basically clipboard text. It's like a real-time OCR. It's really helpful for getting tooltips. And then you can say confirm order. Now what that's going to do is it's going to list 50 of those on the trading post for other people to claim. So right now in the warehouse, I can see that I have 50 softwood logs there. Now if I was to go to the main overview page, the reason why I don't see them here is because you can't claim your own items. You can only claim somebody else's items. So you won't see them there, but for everybody else, they will show up in this column. So you'll have softwood logs here. There's the thing I claimed as well. And then quest log is where you will see the quests that you've said that you're going to do. So right now I have my other character has CJ has 50 linen scraps. I can click buy. And then I can say deliver to test. And that will be a request claimed by me, Gaiscioch. And he can then fill that quest if he wanted to. Which isn't really going to work because test doesn't exist. But, you know, hey, it's a thing. So CJ, ignore that one. I'll clear it out after. So there you go. From here, over on the left-hand side, you'll see quest board. This is where all the requests will come in. As people put in requests, this is where you'll see them. So like if you were to look on your screen, you would actually find my quest in there, which is a bogus quest, which I'll remove it after the stream. But this is pretty much how you can do it. And you can do this for any game. So like if you were in, say, New World, for example, and you went over to the trading post. Now there's no items in the system right now, so how am I going to list an item, Fog? Well, you can discover an item. So like if I had an item that I wanted to list in here, I can select that it was an item. I can select that it was a weapon. It was a greatsword. And it was a blue Foglada's greatsword of fiction. There you go. Yeah. This sword doesn't exist, just for demo purposes. Here is a gear score if it was like a 650. Like 650 gear score. Now each game can have that drop down be something different. It's all set up by the adventure manager. If there's no crafting skill needed, you don't have to enter that. For item level, it's probably a 65. Click add discovery. Now what that does was it then prompts Fog to approve this item, which I won't approve because it's a fake item. But if it was approved, it would show up with some discovery points for me, so that I earn some discovery points by discovering that item, and then that item would be available for me to post or claim. So that's pretty much the gist of the trading post. My vote is just go in there and explore. If you don't see an item that you want or you have that you'd like to list, you can easily list it just by doing the discover an item tool. And then things will start showing up. I did also put a quick link to the treasure vault here. Now that is a very hefty page with a lot of games on it. It sometimes crashes some people's browser because there's too many games on it. I am going to work on an alternate version of this page that will have searching features, hopefully. And I'm going to start pulling some of the API from Steam to try to pull in some game information on these and make them a little easier to view. Right now, when I designed it, I did expect, you know, this many games to be on there. Like it's literally what I scrolled through right now is not even 10% of what's listed. So I'm going to have to clean this page up. So that's my next big project that I hope to work on. But for now, the trading post is up. It is functional. As people start using it, people will start being able to earn contribution. Every game could have this. So like if, you know, Last Epoch, for example. If we had more than 10 people playing, try to go there now. Over there. You'll see that it's not listed. What would happen is the adventure manager would have to set it up, and then you need 10 people, and I believe you need to hit level 5. So you have to have some kind of participation in your adventure before it actually turns on. So yeah, it has some requirements to have it enabled, but pretty much the way it's designed is it should work with the same kind of scale for games across every game. So it could be on Guild Wars 2, it could be on ESO, New World, Black Desert, whatever we're playing, you guys can use it, and anything that you earn in one game will transport to the other game. So I could like sell stuff in Guild Wars 2 and buy stuff in Black Desert if I wanted to. That's the way that the system's set up. So the next big piece is our new quick agenda feature. On the homepage, you're going to see this new upcoming agenda. I'm going to continue working on a little bit. It grays out events that have already happened. Still working on making it so it highlights the ones that are currently happening. So like if it's not expired, so hopefully soon that will be highlighted, not grayed out. But then you can also scroll horizontally just by mouse wheeling over it. And you can see what's coming up further on in the week. So say I was like, oh wow, I want to go to this event. Paleo group fun, this sounds fun. Jerome's a cool dude. So just by clicking that, you automatically sign up. So there's a little RSVP link, you click that, you sign up. And now Jerome knows that I'm interested in attending his event. This helps our event leaders know how many people to expect and can help determine what we might be doing that day. In addition to this little section here on the site, I also added a new feature to Discord. So let me jump us on over there. Over in Discord, there's an agenda area. And inside the agenda area, each and every day, we will have the list of events printed out for you. Now, in this area, it actually snaps to your time zone. So whatever time zone you're viewing it in on Discord, it will match your time zone. So if you're in Pacific time, it'll be Pacific time. If you're Eastern time, it'll be Eastern time. If you're GMT, it's going to show GMT. So this is really handy so that everybody can know what time it is happening. Now, I do have to say that I think it's going to be kind of messed up for some people, like in Australia, because you're not currently working on today, you're working on tomorrow. So the time's actually going to be for tomorrow, not today, or it gets confusing. But the good news is these times now shift to your time zone to make things a little easier. So I'm hoping that helps. It also prints in general chat, but general chat flows so fast you probably won't see it before it's gone. So aside from that, let's go ahead and take a look at the community. So for spring 2024, I am still the leader. I'm not dead yet, so I'm still leading. Chapter 8, Conqueror's Blade, we have Donalium, Ismina, and Pedro all helping me out over there. For New World, we have Cariel, Seacoral, and Tip. For Elder Scrolls Online, Akiran and Sir Henry Vale are still going at it over there. Over in Guild Wars 2, Jillabod, Gmafog, Kitty, Micah, and Namri. Those are all our active elders. If your name is missing from the list and you used to be a GW2 elder, all you got to do is actually log into the website and your name would pop back up there. This is just hiding the ones that haven't logged in the past 30 days. Advisory Board, Atrim, Dargren, Smitty, Tybor, Chemical, Haggle, Soren, Varder, Clan Norton, Radiological, and Terrafer. Taking a look at our promotions, we had a bunch of new Guardians this month. Congratulations to Boris. Burial Soup, you did it again. So good you did it twice. Burial at one point nuked his account and then restarted, and he's all the way back up to Guardian again. And then Ducky, my nephew, congratulations with all them World v World events and stuff. It's no wonder you're climbing the ladder so quick. Flu, welcome. And thank you for cruising on up to that Guardian rank. Congratulations. Well earned. Happy Mancer and Sudu. All our Guardians right there. Over in the veteran columns, we got quite a few there. Congratulations to all of you. Over in our members columns, these are people that have started claiming participation and are working their way up the food chain. It's good to see you. Now in the new member column, we have a few new members this time. Welcome to all of our new friends. I hope that you stick around. I hope that you enjoy yourselves and find some fun here. Aside from that, we do have our Patreons. I gotta say a huge thank you to all of our Patreons. To those of you who have sponsored us on Discord, I also want to say thank you. You guys are a huge help. I am looking at ways to somehow find the information out through an API or something. Unfortunately, Discord keeps you secretive, which is kind of weird. So I don't have a way to link it directly, so I'm trying to find a way that I can link it and award you the same way that I award the Patreons. So just bear with me while I figure this out, and hopefully you guys will be up on this board soon too. Next up, we have our population. Right now we're at 431 active members. These are people that have logged into the site and claimed participation in the last 30 days. There is 431 of you still going strong. 331 over in Guild Wars 2. Black Desert has 19. Conqueror's Blade with 19. New World with 12. And Last Epoch with 7. Those are our top 5 at the moment. Next up, we're going to take a look at some of our chapters. First up is Guild Wars 2.
Eborg's hold on this world is more tenuous than it may appear. My people fear him, but there are limits to the control that fear grants.
Let's hope you're as lucky as everyone believes. Bring us something other than death.
I'm sure you're well aware of the consequences of disappointing your king.
Alright, Guild Wars 2 is our longest and strongest running chapter. We have the Realm of the Dreams just released, 3 new story chapters, a new weapon proficiency for every class and profession. I am super happy. I got my Mesmer rifle that heals, so I finally am a healer as a Mesmer. It's a lot of fun. We have Tier 1 Obsidian Legendary Armor. We have the Legendary Relic. Wizard's Vault Seasonal Refresh. Expanded Inner Narrows Explorable Zone. That's a really fun zone. If you haven't been there, you should check it out. Temple of Feb Strike Mission Challenge Mode. Expanded Astral Ward Mastery. 2 Legendary Convergence Bosses. New Ranger Pet, the Gaiscioch Strider, and then many new achievements and rewards. Tons of rewards. So if you haven't checked out that stuff yet, you should definitely give it a look. It's a lot of fun. Now, if you're interested in joining our chapter, take a look for Gaiscioch Neural. That is our primary guild. That is the only one that we're really using other than Sork, which we use for doing guild missions each week in the PvE variety. We are on the Sanctum of Raw server. However, you do not need to be on Sanctum of Raw to join us. We have people on all different servers. The only place that it matters is when you go to World v World in the current system. You have to be on Sanctum of Raw to play with us. Population is currently fluctuating around the 332 mark. The type of game is MMORPG. This is a free-to-play MMORPG that you can pay to play with, or pay for the, I guess, buy to play, if you want to play the expansions. So you buy the expansions, you get the extra content. You have to buy each individual expansion, so it's not like other games where you buy the last expansion and it gives you all the stuff. It's basically chapters, and you can pick and choose which chapter you want to buy. So feel free to explore Terraria with us. We are featuring many events on the calendar, all based around GW2. We have a whole lot of new player-friendly events and returning player events. be sure to pick up and play with any of those. I run a couple of them fairly regularly. And then play the content you enjoy at your own pace. This is not a game that you have to rush to the end. Really, the journey is the fun part, and everything is normalized. So whether you're level 1 or level 50 or level 80, it's all going to be kind of able for you to enjoy at your own pace. It's not really a super grindy game per se. I mean, the biggest end game here is your fashion wars and having the best fashion. So I'm pretty sure everyone would agree with that. It's really the big end game there. So if you would like to join us, I don't know why it cut off my join the adventure there, but go on over to gaiscioch.info/GW2 and that would get you there. That is really weird. I'm curious now. Why did you break me? There, fog magically makes it bigger. There you go. Now it's almost right. There you go. There. Ta-da. Fixed. So there you have it. All right. So what's next? Launching this week is the new season of Conqueror's Blade, Season 19 Dragon Rise. We are going to be targeting the southern Longting region, that is the far eastern zone. We're focused on being small and profitable this season. We're going to see how much money we can bankroll and how many various kind of kits that we can pile up. We're going to be doing a really hard rebuild and working on strengthening our ability to defend towns. We want to focus on one town and just really build up a 20-person stack to be able to defend that town. Once we get that, we can worry about other stuff, but really we need that at our core if we want to survive in the bigger game. So our secondary goal is to build an emergency response team. I'll be heading up that directive and trying to get all our new players on board to be able to do a rapid response team. So Gaiscioch will be where we put all our new players. Gaiscioch Dub will be where all of our veterans are at. And then Gaiscioch Farmer is where all of our alts will be. So this season we are focusing entirely on us. Now if you're looking to join the community, we have Gaiscioch, Gaiscioch Dub, Gaiscioch Farmers. Depending on if you're a registered member to Gaiscioch, head on over to Gaiscioch Dub. Just toss an application in there directly in the game. Gaiscioch Farmers where you can put any of your alts. And then Gaiscioch is only new players. So if you've never played with us before, that's where you want to end up. Our alliance is Hibernia. We are on the server Eagle Range, which is the North American server. Our region will be Longting. Current population is about 40 registered players. The type is an MMORPG. It's a kind of an RTS or MMORPG combined into one. You got to be able to command your unit and fight at the same time. It takes a little getting used to, but it's not too hard once you learn it. And I'm your leader, Foglotta. And you can go on over to gaiscioch.info/g/cb to learn more about the community. Next up.
Time has no claim on the Eternal Isle. And yet, change will come. Eternity wasted on human ambition. Nature must rise and reign.
Mighty lords, let us cleanse these lands.
But the future is fixed for neither man nor beast.
End them.
Change is coming for us all.
Alrighty. So it wasn't exactly the video I intended, but we don't have a video for Seasons of the Guardian yet. So it would have been the previous season's video anyways. But still, Seasons of the Guardians was delayed after some problems were discovered on the PTR client. So we're not sure when it's coming out at this point. But when it comes out, we do plan on rolling up some events and getting some stuff going over there again. We do have the Winter Runeforge coming. Season 5 artifacts, main story quest update. Now, from what I hear, they've kind of rebuilt the entire main story quest. So it's going to definitely be something that you want to go back and try out again. Maybe on an alt or whatnot. I would probably run some events in that. Mainly because I haven't done the main story yet. Oops. Yeah. There's controller support, which I hear is fairly decent. From the people that have tried it, I've heard that it's pretty decent. So I would be interested in trying that out. I do have a new controller I plan on using. So I'm going to play with that a little bit, see what that's like. Upgrade combat and animation systems. Weapon balance updates. Mounts and output or outpost rush. Or mounts in outpost. Man, I cannot say the sentence. What is wrong with me? Mounts in outpost rush. Good God. What is wrong with me, Bowie? Season 5 reward tracks. Cooking trade skill changes. Man, I just don't even know. English is hard. If you're looking to join the community, we are Gaiscioch on the Maramara server. Faction is Marauders. We have a current population of about 10 people playing. Our type is MMORPG. Leader is Foglata. And you can go on over to gsch.info/g/NW if you'd like to join. Man, I'm going to learn how to speak English, and you guys check out this next video.
Since Elionian year 235.
Control complete. Perimeter secure. Return protocol activate.
Energy equals mass times light speed squared. That's the law of this world. Guardians. This must be the place. Bring it on! Libre's door. I found it at last. I can finally go home.
shall not return to where the sun rises from the west.
You must try and stop me.
Maybe you'll understand my fist better.
Transmuted into gold? Could it be? Did gravity accelerate the particles?
You fused the gravity cores. Even if you are me, I cannot let you live! This is the end, Evelyn O'Kara.
Is this an Aqua Regia barrier? Ow! Ah. Ordinary gold would melt, but... It worked! I really am going back home. We grow older when our dreams become regrets. But I'm still young and pretty, right?
All right, everybody. Yeah, you saw that right. Gaiscioch is back in Black Desert. We have a guild open over on the NA Season 3 server / NA Valencia 1 server if you don't have the season character. Population currently is sitting at about 23 players. It's an MMORPG. We originally launched initially when Black Desert first launched, and there was just so many really grindy aspects to the game, and our community pretty much burned out within 6 months. Now, I can tell you that revisiting after this latest Scholar update, I have found that the game is much more enjoyable. In fact, I am currently sitting at 53. I'm level 53 after a week. I've played it for a week, and you know how much Fog plays. I don't play it a whole lot, but with the 8-year anniversary going on, there's all kinds of EXP boosting going on, all kinds of fun stuff like that. So if you have been curious to see what's all changed, it definitely is kind of like how ESO changed and how New World changed. Things have gotten better over 8 years, and it is definitely a better game now than it was then. So I would highly recommend, go ahead and check it out. We do have a clan open. We have plenty of spots for you guys. We are currently, total guild size right now is 25 of 50, and we can increase that 50 to 100 if we want to. So feel free to join us. I did send a bunch of you the game. Anyone that was on my Steam list that didn't have it, I tried to go down my list and just send it to you. I got a couple packs, and just decide, hey, you know what, here you go, here you go, here you go. You know, you get a copy. So if you got one, some of you denied it, some of you accepted it, some of you haven't even checked to see if you got it. Check your Steam inventory. You might have a copy waiting for you. In any case, I look forward to seeing you all there. If you want to join us, there is some things that are new and upcoming. First of all, the 8th year celebration is giving away a ton of free stuff. It has updated graphics. They removed the forced PvP ganking before 50. After 50, you can be killed. However, you lose nothing. If somebody was to flag PvP and attack you, pretty much you die, respawn at the nearest town, come back. You didn't drop anything, you didn't lose anything, you didn't take any damage to your stuff. However, they got negative karma for killing you. As long as you don't reciprocate, they get negative karma. So, and the difference in your gear and their gear depends on how much negative karma they get. So if they get too much, then they can't do things like use the services out of town, they're marked, and other people can kill them, and they lose EXP, and they lose durability on their items. It's just bad news if you have negative karma. So, you know, let them kill you. Laugh the whole time. It's a giant FU, you know. So, so I can tell you, I've been over 50 for about 4 days, and I have yet to be killed. So on the seasonal servers, I don't believe you can flag PvP, even if you wanted to. So you have to be on a regular server to be able to do that. And then seasonal servers will provide you year-round fast-track leveling. So if you have a seasonal character, you can create that on the seasonal server and then play through it, and it's faster leveling, faster everything, tons of extra rewards, and then after you graduate, you go to a main server. So we are going to be launching the community for a 3-month trial. We're going to see how the community fares after 3 months and if people are still playing. And we have current events on Monday at 6 p.m. Pacific time. That is going to be a field boss event where we go out and kill a bunch of field bosses. On Thursday at 4 p.m. we have a guild mission event where we're going to try to go take on some guild missions. And Sunday we're doing a kind of a quest line kind of group questing thing. Today we unlocked storage. So if you needed your bags unlocked, we went through and did all the bag quests to expand your inventory. So we're going to be targeting quests like that help improve the life inside the Black Desert during those events. All right, so next up,
welcome to Enshrouded. Today we'll be introducing you to a mini-series of videos exploring the key pillars of the game, including combat, building, and survival. Let's start with the basic combat mechanics in today's video. Enshrouded allows the players to log onto enemies in order to focus their attacks and movement on specific opponents. As the enemy attacks, you can block their action with or without a shield. Blocking an attack costs stamina, and once depleted, attacks cannot be blocked anymore. With the right timing, you can also parry enemy attacks. A successful parry will block incoming attacks but also heavily drain the enemy's stamina. This leads us to the Merciless Attack, a powerful finisher that can only be used when an enemy's stamina has been depleted. Once the attack becomes available, it can deal a devastating blow to your enemy. In Enshrouded you will have a variety of powerful weapons to choose from. For example, you can use bows for ranged combat in combination with different types of arrows. There are also wands for faster shots of elemental damage types, as well as staffs for mana-based slower and heavier attacks that can also affect a group of enemies. Apart from swords, there are also heavy melee weapons like hammers and axes, as well as explosives, hopefully offering the weapon of choice for different kinds of playstyles and challenges. Now that you are familiar with the basics, Enshrouded places a strong emphasis on the value of preparation before entering into combat. It is important to focus on extensive preparations, such as resting, cooking various foods by using recipes, as well as potions and other items to gain an advantage in the battle. Keep an eye on our YouTube channel where we will explain this in a bit more detail. As you explore the world of Enshrouded, you will encounter many enemy factions such as the Fel, Scavengers, Wild Beasts, and Wildlife. Each of them can be found in unique areas of the game. There are various approaches you can take towards enemy fights. If you're the type of player who prefers to avoid direct combat, you can choose to scout and sneak your way around enemies to avoid alerting them to your presence. For players who enjoy ranged combat, you can also use bows, staffs, and wands to attack enemies from a distance. As the world of Enshrouded is a fully voxel based, you can even dig your way around the obstacles. The possibilities are endless, and it is up to you how you will use this approach. Another way to approach enemy fights in Enshrouded is by using a glider. The glider allows you to fly over and approach enemy camps from above, given the element of surprise. In this section, we'll be discussing the game's leveling system, customization, and multiplayer experience. As players explore and survive in the game, they will gain experience points and level up. With each level gained, players will unlock skill points that can be used in a skill tree. For example, there are active abilities such as double jump, sneak attack, and blink, but there are also passive skills that improve your abilities or automatically trigger under certain conditions. All of the skills and players' class directions can be mixed in any way possible, which allows for a variety of different builds. In the world of Enshrouded, crafting basic weapons can be done at the blacksmith and other NPCs, but legendary weapons and armors can only be found through world exploration. Higher rarity weapons have additional perks that can be unlocked through upgrading. Apart from a single player, the game also allows players to play with up to 16 players on a dedicated server in a co-op environment. Playing together with others will allow each player to have a specific role in a team when exploring for resources, armors, weapons, and fighting together. Players can also heal and buff their party members or revive them if they fall to the enemy, enhancing the co-op experience. If you like what you're seeing, make sure to wishlist us on Steam. Be sure to also subscribe to our YouTube channel and check out our social media links in the description below. We'll see you in the next one.
Alright, now Enshrouded is a game that we've hit pretty hard for the first couple months. We have a server called Gaiscioch Community Server. The password is family. It is a dedicated server for co-op. We currently have 10 slots available. Not really planning on increasing it because we haven't really hit the cap. The population is about 17 active people. Most people are playing their own single player storyline and then coming over to the community server to build stuff or to drop off supplies. A lot of us are farming stuff on our own maps and then bringing them over to the supply server. And then you can pretty much access it at any time. If you need something in the first base, feel free to take it and use it. I have a little tavern there where you can hang out with friends. You got a armory right across from the tavern. Over on the left-hand shelf, you'll have a bunch of storage chests, and you can just pick and choose what you need out of there. Down below, I'm building a massive warehouse of building materials. And it has a little secret underground area. You can also see how each of the blocks builds. Like, I have little castles built underground for each of the blocks in the game so that you can see what they all look like. So yeah, you definitely check it out. It is going to be one of our Gaiscioch for Extra Life titles this year. I plan on running the Gaiscioch community server at least through Extra Life. I'm working on building a little something for Extra Life itself. So if you see something magical going up, just know I'm working on it. It should be pretty cool. In any case, right now we have mostly put all our events on hold until the new content arrives. New content should make life a little better. One of the biggest hang-ups that Enshrouded had was that everything was server progression instead of character progression or player progression. So as people were completing stuff in the server, it completed it for all of us. And so a lot of us were dumped into the world not knowing what we're supposed to be doing, and it made it for a rough go early on. It wasn't until we figured out that we can go back and do our single-player storylines on our own private server, where everything's rolled back, that we were able to actually progress and know what we're supposed to be doing on the main community server. So with the new changes, there's supposed to be some things that are hopefully going to streamline that a bit. There's also going to be some world bosses and stuff like that. Should be a lot of fun. We will be getting events up on the calendar as soon as the new patch drops, so stay tuned for that. Next up, we are going to jump on over to Blood of Steel. Now, Blood of Steel, we came into this game at the start of Season 3. We created Gaiscioch on the open world side. It is kind of a MMO RTS game. And we hit the ground running. We had over 80 players that first season playing. We ended up claiming the championship for Season 3. We took the capital city. And then just 4 weeks, I think it was 4 weeks into, not even that, I think it was week 3 of Season 4, we already claimed on the Legacy server the capital. So we got the capital in pretty much the minimum amount of time it took to get there. Because you have to take the first place, and then you got to go to the second place, and then third place, and then the fourth place was the capital city. Now, we've tried to submit a ton of feedback to the company that's working on this game, and they just ignore us. And there is a lot of things wrong with this game that really frustrate people to no end. So we decided that, being they showed no sign of changing after 6 months of trying to get them to change, not even fixing the most simplest bugs, we're calling it quits after the season. But that said, we have a group playing Season 4 and the Legacy seasons. We're upgrading both of those, so if you want to try it out, check it out, see what it's about, feel free to join in. We have spots for you, and you get free stuff every day for doing so. But after this season, most of our crew is checking out. Half of them have already checked out. So it is what it is. It was fun. We finally got some championship seasons under our belt, and it was a lot of fun while we were doing it. But there's only so many clicks you can have in your life, and I'm pretty sure Flu and I and Critus have spent them all. So we're going to be going somewhere else. So now looking at our other active adventures, I could talk your ear off all day. There are so many active adventures going on right now. Helldivers 2, we got some people playing that. Last Epoch, a lot of people playing that. Nightingale has a pretty solid crew up to that last little error in the patch. I think a lot of us are waiting till 1.0 comes out after having our bases wiped. A lot of people are kind of, I wouldn't say miffed, but they're a little hesitant to play now that they know that in the blink of an eye, everything you've done can be wiped away. Then Palia is still going. I know Trithian's still leading some events there. Sir Henry's still doing the Conan Exiles thing. He's got that server still running. Skull and Bones, a few of you have been playing that together. I'll be on a line. Wolf and some friends have been playing that. Radio's over there. Baldur's Gate 3, some people are still working on that. I think Trithian's launching a new adventure to go rotate through that and do that content again. Pal World grabbed a bunch of our people from New World initially, and I think most of them are back. I don't know if they're still playing Pal World or not, or if they're moving on, but it's still showing activity on our community. And then Deep Rock Galactic, I'm pretty sure Kitty and Deimos alone are holding that one up on that board. They have some pretty fantastic stuff going on over there. Don't mind the reviewer that said it was a 2-player game. It is actually a 4-player game. And yeah, it's definitely a fun game. They actually have a solo game now that is kind of an ARPG as well, which I hear is actually pretty darn good. But the original Deep Rock Galactic is definitely worth checking out. Whoops. Hold on a second. I skipped over something. All right, here we go. This is where we're supposed to be going. Alrighty. So, Alpha begins April 2nd, 2024. There is a sign up going on right now. I do have a special code that you guys can sign up with. I do have a friend that formerly worked with the ArenaNet folks that pointed me in this direction and asked me to sign up and help them beta test. So he sent me to this site and I got the link, and then I started spreading the link around to people, and I'm hoping that that link gets us all in. Kind of continue nurturing that relationship, we could be helping do the alpha test on this guy. So if you like this kind of game, you like building stuff, definitely sign up, and hopefully we all get in. That's the best I can say. I don't know them. Like, they're not like Evan was for me at ArenaNet, where if he says something, I know what's going to happen. He's just an acquaintance that I've met pretty much through Evan. So it could be fun. Never know. So sign up if you'd like to try it out. It is a sandbox MMORPG. So if you like Palia or, Valheim, there's a lot of building in this, a lot of fishing in this, a lot of city building in this. It's a social strategy game. So it's going to require team participation from what I hear. It's not going to be I go solo this and do all these things by myself. It's meant for a community to build up stuff. So it'll be really interesting to see how it all plays out. So definitely sign up. If you're interested in following the adventure, gsch.info/G/BC, and that will jump you over to our adventure page. Let's go and check out what else we got coming up.
The Ring of Olympus. The zenith of our civilization, our pride and crowning achievement. Yet once our greatest accomplishment became the herald of our demise. The AI seal, along with his unstoppable army, shattered our pride, our dignity, and our world. The long night of despair had fallen upon us, brought about by the hands of our very own creations. As humanity's last bastion of hope, we took refuge inside Earth's subterranean shelter. Armed with 10 outposts, we sought out the pieces of our shattered civilization. Even in the blackest night, we shall repel the darkness and rekindle the light of hope. We are the Earth United Army, and with us, hope lives again.
Based on your response, I'm guessing none of you knew that this was coming, even though it's been on our watch list for a while. So it is launching on March 26th. That's like, less than 10 days from now, actually. It is a base defense game. It has FPS elements, RTS elements. If you like the mech style warfare, you got mechs in this. If you like the first person shooter warfare, you got first person shooter. If you like to be an RTS, you got RTS play. So there you have it. It is going to be a 4-player co-op game. There is no PvP in this game at all, from what I can tell. So it's 4-player co-op. You basically party system it. And going over to gsch.info/G/OIS if you'd like to learn more about the game. We're going to probably be playing this a little bit. I don't know who all wants to play this with me, but I'm going to get it and check it out. It has some serious Starship Trooper vibes, except on a smaller scale, except makes up for it in being able to build up your own base and command units. So it should be interesting to see how this all plays out. But no, it is not an Exxon game. It is not any of that stuff. So there you go. All right, so let's check out what else we got coming up. Man, you guys are gonna hate me. That was only half the video. Oh my god. Well, last night my video editor crashed on me and it didn't save certain things. Like this video apparently didn't save the dimensions it was supposed to save in. So you saw like a fourth of the screen that entire time. You guys want to watch it again? I can show you it again, but yeah, let's show it to you guys again in its original shape. There you go, sorry about that. It's amazing how much more sense it makes. I'm sorry, guys. Alright, so Once Human is coming. This was a game that I didn't really expect people to enjoy much. You know, I was really skeptical when I saw who was making it and didn't really have high hopes for it. But then they did a beta, and literally every single person I talked to that played the game loved it. So I'm like, okay, we're going to at least throw it up there and see if people like it. So it is an MMORPG. It's kind of like The Division when I say MMORPG. You go on 3-player missions, I believe, possibly 4-player. I think it's 3-player. It is survival, crafting, exploration. The closed beta starts on March 28th, and then it's planning to release in Q3 of 2024. So if you're interested in this type of game, go on over to gsch.info/g/OH. Check out Once Human. All right, next up, we're going to cruise on over to some of our games that are on the distant horizon, but I think you might be interested in. Let's go and give those a look. Alright, now PAX Day is a game that we went and tested not too long ago. It was fairly recent. Pedro, myself, Critus, a few others all got in and tested out the building parts of the game. They didn't really have too much of the combat side of the game. But there is going to be a full survival, crafting, opt-in PvP, exploration, all in this game. We're going to be checking it out as we move closer. I believe they have a second test coming up. They announced that they're going to be doing another one here in the next month or two. So we're going to hopefully be getting involved in that and be able to let you know what's all going on in this. It's definitely a game that we're going to keep on a radar and keep an eye on. gsch.info/g/pd if you'd like to sign up and be connected to the community. Be sure to unlock the channel in Discord. And yeah, let's go ahead and check out the next one on the lineup.
Wishlist now on Steam. Play the demo during Steam Next Fest.
Alright, Soul Mask is a game that kind of popped up out of nowhere. It is going to be an MMORPG with a private server option. There is a focus on survival, crafting, recruiting NPCs, puzzles, and exploration. I did play this during the Steam Next Fest, pretty much played it for the full 60 hours of the thing. I did find the hardest part was keeping my base from disappearing. I spent about 2 hours pretty much nightly to farm enough wood to keep my base alive till tomorrow. And that was really rough. I put in some feedback for it, and it actually was the very first thing they noted in their FAQ when they released after the Next Fest, saying that this is the first thing they're going to be looking at and changing, that it should not require this much time to maintain your base. So I'm really hopeful that this turns out as well as I hope it does. It is a really kind of a cool game that kind of blends the This Land Is My Land with Myth of Empires, kind of the same kind of aspect of Myth of the Vampires where you can recruit NPCs to fight alongside you or take care of things. They can do your forestry for you. They can go farm ore for you, and you can recruit all these NPCs to do stuff for you instead of having to do it yourself. And then you can focus on the exploring and adventuring. There's relics to go discover. There's puzzles to solve. If you like archaeology, this is a game that probably going to be a fun thing for you because you get to explore civilizations that have been wiped out. A lot of really cool things in this game, and I'm looking forward to seeing where it turns out. It definitely was one that caught my eye, and as soon as I touched it, I actually really enjoyed it. The building was super nice, not super complicated like other games. So definitely something to keep an eye on and check out. Let's go ahead and take a look at the next one. I think you guys are going to love this one. And, this next one, really, really keep an open mind. And, yeah. There's one movie that really, really, really comes to mind when I see this. And let's see, who can say it in chat first? Name the movie that this next one reminds you of.
We don't know where he came from. But I'll tell you, he built our village into a city. He's the one who trained our army, who grew us into an empire. I don't know where he's from, but if you think you can stop him, you're already dead. Our people a future. I hope he can save his own.
Hail to the king, baby. All right, so it's the first thing that came to your mind when you saw this is, what the hell am I even watching right now? Yeah, this is Tiny Build doing Tiny Build stuff. Yeah. This is a game called Kingmakers. It is coming out sometime this year. It is squarely just ridiculous fun and shenanigans. I mean, it is an RTS and a first-person shooter or third-person shooter. You can play it co-op or solo. 4-player co-op, from what I understand. And you are essentially thrust back in time with modern-day weaponry against the old medieval knights. And, yeah, so if you take Conqueror's Blade and apply, I don't know, like, Battlefield to it, this is what you're going to end up with. So it does look like pretty wild fun, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to end up playing it with Don and Pedro, no doubt. So I imagine a few others are going to be playing it. So if you're interested in trying it out and seeing what it's like, definitely check it out. Tiny Build loves making crazy, wacky games. So I suspect this is going to be equally as crazy and wacky as Hello Neighbor or one of those. They have so many of them. In any case, we'll be checking out. And then last but not least, you guys called it earlier. You know what's coming up.
Arrakis is a test. Few survive it. Arrakis is a test. Few survive it. But the humans that do awaken.
Dune Awakening is coming out sometime later, either this year or next year. Not sure quite yet. They are holding beta events that you can sign up for. They are closed betas where it's NDA bound, so nobody can talk about it, even if they got in. It is an MMORPG. It does have the makings of potentially our very first sci-fi chapter in all of Gaiscioch history. It could potentially go that way. There's a lot of people that are really enjoying this series, especially with the new shows coming out, kind of revitalize their whole Dune mythos, and we could potentially see an open world survival MMO in the sci-fi setting, possibly even turn chapter. We'll see. If we can get 200 people playing it, it could very well be a chapter. So this is a opt-in PvP territory control system. It has survival, crafting, trade, exploration, and feeding sandworms. Yeah, we're going to be feeding sandworms a lot. Yep. What I have heard, though, is if you get eaten by a sandworm, you lose all your stuff. So don't make a lot of noise. The sandworm's coming for you. Yeah, you got to watch out for those sandworms. So, yeah, it's going to be shown off at a conference coming up, I believe. I forget which conference it is, but they're going to be showing off something at a conference here in the next month or two. Might be GDC. So we should see a lot more information becoming made available. So it'll be really interesting. So yeah, if you're interested in this, head over to gsch.info/g/Dune and get signed up for the adventure. Really interesting to see how this all flushes out and who wants to play and who doesn't. All right, so let's go ahead and check out the rest of our watch list. These are the other games that we are looking forward to coming out. We have Ashes of Creation, Camelot Unchained, Path of Exile 2, Pantheon, Throne and Liberty. Still, we're waiting on any information at all. Now, Amazon did say that they are going to be speaking at GDC, which means that they might drop a trailer or something, and we might see some new information. Havenhold, we have pretty much had gone silent on us. There was some layoffs over there, so I'm not sure who's all left. Chrono Odyssey is still on its way. Dune Awakening, Soulframe, PAX Day, Blue Protocol, The First Descendant should be releasing sometime this year. They did have a couple beta tests and then went back to the drawing board on some things, which caused a delay, so we'll see what it's going to turn out to be. Terrace Land, still waiting to hear when that's going to drop. Into the Echo, Arcade 2 was announced, haven't heard anything else since then. Ashfall should be released in Q4 this year. Iran, Book of Heroes, I'm not sure the status on there anymore. They've gone pretty well silent. They may have shut down. I don't know. Soul Mask, that one definitely something we're going to keep an eye on. Once Human, and then Outpost Infinity Siege will be releasing later this month. So next up, we're going to jump on over to our poll. Go ahead and head on over to the poll. There you go. I'll post a link in chat for you so you can all hop over there nice and easy like. Here you go. And the reason I didn't put The First Descendant on there is they haven't released a new trailer in 3 months. So if that is something that's going to be there, I will let you know when it's more apparent on when they're going to be releasing and what they're doing. Same thing with like New World didn't actually have a trailer in the last 3 months, which was kind of sad. But you know, it's really hard pickings these days. So I'm trying to keep you apprised of the newest information as I find it. There's also one other MMO that's going to be tested, Eternal Tombs. If you signed up for that, you could potentially be testing that in April. I'm not sure who all signed up for it. It is kind of an indie style MMO. I don't know that it's going to make it, but you can at least help them out. Try to give them your best advice. All right, are we ready for this poll? Let's go ahead and poll this. Here we go, starting out. Which adventures are you currently playing? Go ahead and let us know. You should have multiple choice turned on. Should be able to vote. Go ahead and pull it all in there. In the Twitch chat, I posted the URL if you need to get to the page to vote. Let us know which adventures you're currently playing with us. Very nice, very nice. Getting there, still growing. Let's let it settle a bit here. Anyone else? Anyone else? There we go. All right. Think we're almost ready. All right. Yeah, it's pretty well calm at this point. So we got Guild Wars 2 still growing. 35 participants. We had, I think, 52 in chat. 51 in chat. So looks like Guild Wars 2. Still, there's no surprise there. It is the one that has like 6 times as many people playing as anything else. Conqueror's Blade and Elder Scrolls are tied with 11%. You have New World and Black Desert with 12.1. Underneath that, we have Enshrouded still growing at the 9.1, followed by Palea and Nightingale. Last Epoch, then Helldivers 2, and Blood of Steel. Blood of Steel will most likely disappear after the season. No surprise there. Alright, so which adventures are you interested in? So these are the ones that are coming up. Of the ones that you saw, which ones caught your eye most? Alright, let those votes tally up there. A lot more in Bitcraft than I imagined. This is good. I'm sure my ArenaNet friend will be most thrilled to hear the news. Alright, we're at about 28. Not quite 33, but close enough. Alright, Dune Awakening still holding the lead there. Alright. Pretty close to the same number of participants. So Dune Awakening, 19.4%, followed by Bitcraft with 16.2%. Once Human with 15.2% in third. Coming in fourth, we got Outpost Infinity Siege, followed by Kingmaker and Soul Mask, tied for 12.1%. And then Pax Day with 11.1%. And for our final question, it's a big one here, so let's go ahead and tap that. There we go. The adventures that weren't just shared, which ones are you most interested in? So flag up the ones that you think are going to be the ones that call your attention the most. And we did hear Camelot Unchained now is going to be released in 2025. So we will probably see that starting to be a little more fleshed out, hopefully. They did get a big investor. That has helped them quite a bit. Alright. Did I get Path of Exile on there twice? Yeah, I did. I wonder if I delete one, does it show? Does it just disappear automatically? No. I gotta save it. Oh wow, there we go. Ha! There, fixed. Ha! Yeah, well, I only got there once. It's only on there once. So, you know, it's surprising that 0% because, like, on our site, we have actually had quite a few people sign up as interested for it. So, there we go. Somebody's interested. There we go. Alrighty. So, as of right now, Throne of Liberty is still our champion with 15.6%. We have Ashes of Creation and the First Descendant tied for 12.2 or 12.1%. Followed by Soulframe with 11.1. Kitty, you were asking about Scantily Clad Men. That is the game that you want to watch the trailer for. You got plenty of scantily clad men in that trailer. Arcade 2, 10.1. Then follow Camelot Unchained with 9.1. Underneath that, we have Blue Protocol with 7.1, followed by the Kinfall and Ashfall, the Falls, for 5.1. Then Pantheon Rise of the Fallen with a 4. Then Chrono Odyssey Into the Echo with 3. And then Path of Exile 2 with 2. And Terrasland is a 1%, which has pretty much been the trend that I've seen with it. We had a bit of an interest early on, and then as we've seen more and more development, more and more things come out, the interest has dwindled down to just about nothing. Alright, so next up, we're going to go to the Community Roundtable. Hop on over to Discord. go ahead and mute the live stream. We will be going live with audio on the Discord. So there is a channel called the Gaiscioch Town Hall. That's where we're going to be meeting. Looks like I need to start it again because it timed out. Probably when I was doing the little tour. So let me get this open for you. Alright, stage should be open. There we go. Hop on in. Alrighty. Alright, welcome everybody. Everyone, please type in GSCH in Twitch chat real quick. That way I got you entered for today's raffle. I'm going to roll twice. I'm going to give away 2 games out of the loot vault. And then we will open up the floor and answer some questions. If at any time you have questions, there will be a little raise hand button that you can use. You'll want to hit that, and that will add you to the queue so that I can get you talking. Or you can ask in the town hall chat. There's a chat area that you can leave. Let's go ahead and roll for these here video games. First one goes to Kitty. And Kaylor wins the second raffle. Congratulations to Kitty and Kaylor. I will hit you up with which game you would like, and then I can get it for you and send you the code for it. Alright, so let's go ahead and see if anyone has any questions. Do we have any hands raised? Does anyone have any questions that they'd like to ask? Is there anything you would like to know about the community, what we're doing, what we're up to? So what game do you foresee as the next chapter? Well, I think right now it is looking like either Dune or Throne and Liberty. Throne and Liberty definitely has the makeup of it. Technically, Black Desert could become a chapter if we got the support that that we would need to be able to build a chapter. It still has a guild limit of 100, so I don't know if we'd go to 200. There is an alliance system in game, so it makes that easy if we did need to take that step. But I don't know that at this point is going to get to that level, but it could potentially. But Dune definitely has the makings of something that could be big. It's already grabbed a lot of interest, and I can see that thing becoming a chapter in the blink of an eye. So we'll see. The Throne of Liberty, it is built from the ground up for large communities. So stuff like ours, like communities like ours, would do really well there, and I could really see us taking off and being a big force there. But that said, we gotta wait until Amazon actually talks about the game, because they still are just radio silent on it, and that's not very helpful to us. Alright, let's see. Do we have another question here? There has never been an anime chapter. Our chapters are, simply put, Dark Age of Camelot, Warhammer Online, Rift, Guild Wars 2, Elder Scrolls Online, New World, WoW Classic, and Conqueror's Blade. That's the only chapters we've ever had. We did have a Gaiscioch Jr. once upon a time for the kiddos over in Free Realms. When we were doing Warhammer, Free Realms came out. We had a Gaiscioch Jr. over there for all the kiddos that wanted to play together. All right. Since Black Desert was something we did before, do we still have to wait for the adventure to hit level 5 to have a training post? No, we just need to have it set up. So I need to go through and make sure that everything's configured, the mins and maxes and the levels and everything are set up so that people can start using it. Pedro always asks for pineapple. I'm pretty sure pineapple pizza has come up in this conversation several times, so I'm pretty sure that is the official pizza of Gaiscioch at this point. Pedro would have it no other way. Don disowns everybody that eats pineapple pizza, but, you know, still, it's working. So what is the current policy on kids joining in on our games and events? So kids under 13 are not allowed to register to the website. That is U.S. law, not my own. I don't care, but they basically want to protect kids from, you know, predators on the internet. And there are predators on the internet, especially on Discord. There are predators on Discord. I wish that wasn't so, but there is. The people, if they can be evil, they will be evil. So protect your kids. We are welcoming kids to come with their parents. So if you're under 16, we ask that you're, you know, you have an adult with you when you hop on Discord or play in our events with us. Or at least have adults that say that you can be there. Like, I'd like the parent to tell us that it's okay. So that's pretty much where we stand. We welcome them. They're part of the community too. My kid played with us for a while there before real life got involved, and it's, you know, we've got several of the kids of the community that have literally grown up, and some of them are in college now. I think Burial's kiddo is actually a junior in college now, surprisingly. I'm like, Jesus, man, time flies. So they can play with the community under 13. That is totally fine. They just can't register for our website and claim participation. I can't take their personal information before 13 by federal law. That's not something I make up. That's something the government makes up. All right. So I don't see any hands of people that will want to ask questions, but I do see questions flowing in multiple different sources. Are there plans to bring more exposure or campaigns to encourage all guildies of the community members to lead events, set up scheduled ones, create participation, etc.? Seems like a lot. Expect the leadership to do it, but everyone above a certain rank can. Yeah, anybody over Lord Garrick can lead an event. They can post an event on the calendar. My nephew, Ducky, has been leading events since he was old enough to register to the website. So if he can do it, you can do it. Anyone can do it. I mean, CJ's doing it. CJ's leading events. You know, it's just, you know, you just got to go to the website, create an event, then you can lead it, you can post leadership. I am going to be working on the leadership system over the next 3 months, so hopefully in the next video I'll show you the new leadership system. I'm going to refine that a bit, as I'm also going to be tuning up the trading post a little more, trying to make it a little more user-friendly. But it's, I think right now what we're experiencing is a huge influx of games, and a lot of people are being pulled a lot of different directions, and it's being really rough on the community, I'll tell you that much. There's a lot of players that are just getting so distracted and playing too many games too fast, and it's kind of having a bleed out effect. So what I'm going to be doing over the next 3 months is trying to stabilize that bleed by finding games that we can commit to and actually have a stable player base in. I tried to do ESO last month. It didn't work so well. It was pretty much me, Izzy, and Warchild, and that was it. So that came off the calendar. New World, I had the worst time in the world. Like, my computer went down. I couldn't play, and then by the time I got it fixed and was able to play New World again, everyone had gone over to Pal World. I had, like, nobody attending my events. It was pretty much me, Izzy, and Dawn. And then I canceled that event until I figured out when people want to do it. And as soon as I canceled that event, everyone came back to New World. I, like, literally had the world's worst timing. And so I'm looking forward to jumping back into the New World as soon as the new content drops. Hopefully there's someone there to play with. It's been really kind of hard pickings over there. But Guild Wars 2 is very strong. Putting events in Guild Wars 2 has been a very good move. I'm I'm trying to leave spots for other people to lead events because Guild Wars 2 is a very hot market right now. If you are a young leader and you want to earn some leadership points, get some tokens of valor, Guild Wars 2 is the place to do it. There's literally 340 people playing that game constantly, and there's plenty of new players in it. The entire world is populated. It's very easy to get an event up and running there. Even if you only have 4 Gaisciochs with you, you just put the word out in public and list your thing in the LFG, your squad in LFG, and people will flock to you. It's crazy. Every event starts with like maybe 10 Gaiscioch, and it ends up being 50 people. It's great over there. As for Black Desert, things have been going really hot over there. We pretty much had guild missions running pretty much daily. We have 3 events a week that we've got currently on the calendar. I suspect more events will pop up as time progresses. We're going to be doing field bosses, world bosses. We're going to be going out in the open ocean and fighting giant kragans and stuff. There's all kinds of interesting things to do out there. So we'll be checking all that out as well. But these MMO style games are where we're going to be able to get a lot of people together quickly and kind of more consistently. It's great to have all these 4-player co-op games, but that's only 4 people. That's not a big community. That's just 4 people, and I'm finding that a lot of the people that want to play these 4-player games want to play that game for a week. They blew through all the content and they go to the next game. And that is just something that most people's pocketbooks can't handle. If they're not getting the game for free, it's awful expensive to buy a $40 game every week. We're really looking for consistency here, and we can't recruit when it's a 4-player game. There's like no way that you're getting a new member. The only way that we recruit is through MMOs. So I'm going to be devoting most of my attention to MMOs for the next 3 months, the next quarter. Try to get those numbers up and get people more consistent, get them leading events, and hopefully be able to restabilize some of our other chapters that are not doing so well right now. So we'll see how those do, and then as the Throne of Liberty arrives, I will definitely be feeding you guys information as it's coming, and chances are that's going to be a really big thing for us. So I'm looking forward to that one, and I think that has some real potential to be something of the Guild Wars 2 caliber. All right, let me try to catch up to the chat here. So you guys can't hear me on Discord? Did you unmute Discord? Am I muted on Discord? I don't look muted on Discord. Other people can hear me. Alrighty. Is the system still set up that people of higher rank cannot give you leadership tokens? I remember when I started GW2, I would get 5 to 10 people for a key event, but only 1 or 2 could give tokens. So you can only give a token of valor to somebody that's higher ranked than you. So that system was set up so that the upper echelon of Gaiscioch couldn't pad their own egos by giving each other tokens. They can only be given to you by somebody that is starting out in the community. So somebody that just enters a door, sees you as a good leader, they give you a token of valor. But there isn't really there's no reason why token of valor should be a showstopper for you. You can become a lock without having a single token of valor. It's not really something that you have to have. And over the next year, I plan on streamlining the flow of ranks a little bit smoother. Right now, there's a lot of stop gaps of ways that I was trying to measure to find out what type of person you are, and I think a lot of them are kind of redundant at this point. So I'm going to be thinning it out a little bit and trying to streamline the whole process a bit. So, 23 years later, we're still finding new ways of optimizing the flow a little bit. All right. So we do still have a mentor system, Jerome. It's just people aren't using it. The hard part is getting people to our website. in all honesty, the website is still the heart and soul of this community. It is where all the action stems from. Claiming participation and going to events, finding out what events are coming up. That is all based off the website. Our website does spit to Discord, so it will send stuff to Discord, but in the essence, our numbers, like how many people are playing a game, is based off of how many people are visiting the website. That is where our trading post is. That is where all of our events are created and stored so that you can find out what's coming up. So if you want to be a part of the community, I highly recommend that you visit the website. I'm doing my best to make it fast and efficient for you all. It's just really something that people need to start using. Your own contribution points can be earned in the trading post, which is available now. So there's no reason why you can't earn contribution points. There's a lot of games that have the trading post enabled right now. And there's other ways to earn them too. So it's not just the trading post. Wow, you guys are typing so fast I can't even get y'all here. So fun bit of trivia, corned beef is not an Irish food. It is an American Irish food. It wasn't invented until the Irish got to America. Why? Because Ireland doesn't have cows. We had potatoes. Damn near killed us with them potatoes. As, you know, Kirill can tell us, diversifying your agriculture is a beautiful thing. Don't have all your potatoes be one variety of potatoes, because if a disease comes for that potato, it's going to wipe out all of your potatoes, and then the potato famine is going to happen. It's a bad thing. Diversify your potatoes. Right, Kirill? Right? If you haven't looked up the potato famine of Ireland, definitely look it up. You'll be amazed at what you find. It is pretty fascinating information. As we add new games to our rotation and try to get them to grow, like BDO, are there plans to create walkthrough videos and how-tos, other documents for the magazine and videos to help returning players? Who wants to write that content, Pedro? I was all okay doing the magazine when I had help, but then it turned into me and Gmail Fog doing everything, and that was pretty tough. And in all honesty, doing the magazine meant that I didn't have time to do things like build a trading post. So I only got a certain amount of time in my day. You know, I've got my family life. My wife has been sick for the last 4 years, and I've been taking care of her full time. I do all the grocery shopping. I am the only one that can drive in my family, so every single one of the doctor's appointments that are several times a week, I have to drive her to. On top of that, I run a tech department for my company, and I'm currently in the recruiting process to finally hire help so that I can actually take a vacation. I have not had a vacation in 20 years. So, yeah, I'm doing the best I can, but I can't do everything. As much as you like to think I can, I can't. I simply can't run a magazine by myself, do all the web creation myself, do the live streams myself, do all the videos myself, the broadcast myself, everything myself. I can't do it. I just can't. So, if you want to help out with that, I can certainly get you plugged in so that you can help out and publish some content. That system's all built. It's just not being used. We have editors, people that would like to edit, but we don't have any writers. So if you want to write stuff, feel free to get in touch with me, and I can show you how we can get you publishing. But right now, the Gaiscioch magazine site is pretty much just dormant until we get some writers. And in all honesty, when we launched that Gaiscioch magazine, we had 2,000 active members. Now we have 435. It's a whole lot less people with free time. So times have changed. You know, COVID wiped out a lot of our free time, and we're still working and fighting to get it back. All right. Anything else here? Yeah, there's lots of stuff for trading posts that need to be entered. There's that whole discovery system that you can enter stuff in there for. It's just a matter of getting the information out of the game and posting it in there, and so that everything gets priced correctly. But like New World doesn't have anything. I don't know if New World's going to continue. We're going to have to see after the season 5 drops if it continues in the same course. I don't know that New World's going to be around in a year from now. It needs to pull up quick, and it's been really hard to get anyone to play that game. And ESO is kind of in the same boat. Since they went basically solo focused, it's been really hard to get people to group up and do things. But that's why I'm devoting most of my time right now to Guild Wars 2, Conqueror's Blade, and BDO, because there's a big community in all 3 of those that's currently playing. Yeah, and that's a very accurate sentiment. The thing is, Bowie, we can fill that entire database with all the items that New World has, but it doesn't mean anyone's going to use it. If there's only like 10 people playing, chances are nobody's even going to use the trading post. And it really sucks to stick all that effort into something not to have it be used. So it's kind of it's a thing where if you need something, you can add the item that you need, get it listed, and then request it. And then you're only adding the item that you need. You're not adding like some like hot pepper that nobody ever requests. You don't need all the items. You just need the items that you need, really. All right, does anyone else have any other questions? You muted me, Teria? Man, oh, that's okay. I still love you. It happens. You probably muted me when Twitch was on, and you didn't want me talking twice. Today's event, Trithian, that I was doing, I announced to the whole server that we were doing. I had it in the public LFG, what we were doing. So yeah, I've been already trying to announce our events. All right, everybody. We are cruising in on that 4 o'clock hour. All right, I gotta let you all go. Any last questions? Probably have enough time for 2 more questions if we got them. The meaning of life is to find your meaning of life. Each of ours is different. And let me tell you, one thing I have found is that you should be grateful for every moment. When you wake up in the morning, the first thing that should come to your mind is thank you. I am alive today. You could have not waken up. You could have just died in your sleep. Every single moment is a gift. It is not owed to you. It is a gift. Walk through life like that and you'll never be disappointed. Alright guys, I think that's pretty much it. I don't see any other serious questions coming in. So thank you all for coming out. I do hope that you enjoyed the stream. And I look forward to seeing you. As always, I am available in Discord. Feel free to hit me up. If I'm chilling in the tavern, that means I'm able to be talked to. Feel free to come in, hang out, chat with me. We don't even have to play a game. You can just sit there and hang out and chat. Most days when I'm working, I'm sitting in there just in case you need me. If I'm AFK, then say something and see if I'm there. You can always send me a message too, and I'll hit you up when I get back. I do go to a lot of doctor's appointments, so If I'm not there, I'm probably at a doctor's appointment and I'm on text. So feel free to hit me up and I'll respond in text. By going to a doctor's appointment, I mean sitting in a car for several hours at a time doing nothing but chatting on my phone. So feel free to send me a text message. I don't mind at all. In any case, I will see you later, everybody. Have a good one.